Okay, guys. We are going to talk about.
Or don't talk of a talk.
Coach. Guys, we are going to talk. Listen, guys, we are going to talk about an essential thing: the playoffs, the African playoffs for the FIFA World Cup. Okay, Sicho, let's establish the preamble. 9 African countries are going to the World Cup. The ones that topped their 9 qualifying groups. The second place teams, the top 4 second place teams are going to play a playoff in November. We know that those top 4 teams or those top 4 second place teams are Nigeria, Gabon, Cameroon, and DR Congo. And we know the fixtures have been done already. It is Gabon versus Nigeria, and it is going to be
Wan-Bissaka versus Mbeumo.
DR Congo versus Cameroon. This is how it works, even before we get into there. This playoff for Africa will only choose the winner to go and play another playoff. So the winner of this African playoff between these 4 teams does not qualify for the World Cup. So put that in the back of your mind. The winner of this playoff will go on to play the Interconfederation playoff. That will be made up of 6 teams.
This is absolutely
Those 6 teams will be drawn from CONCACAF. Will bring 2 teams. That is the continent hosting the tournament. Will bring 2 teams. Then AFC will bring 1. That 1 will either be Saudi Arabia or Iraq. They'll play a playoff because the automatic qualifier there is Qatar. They've gone. Then OFC, they have chosen their representative already for that playoff.
Australia.
No, New Caledonia. Because in that
Australia is not in
yes, they are in AFC. New Zealand got the automatic qualifier. Yeah. So New Caledonia will play that playoff. In CONMEBOL, South America, Bolivia, they finished 7th because South America got 6 tickets. The 7th place team will go and play that playoff. So the 7th place team in South America is Bolivia. Those are the 2 teams decided already. So that's 2. Then 2 from CONCACAF, not decided yet. That would be 4.
It doesn't matter.
You understand?
It doesn't matter.
Then, hold on. Then 1 from CAF, 5. Then 1 from AFC, which is the game between Iraq and UAE.
UAE.
Iraq and UAE. One of them will join them. Then they will go and play the playoff, I think in March, right? In Mexico.
They'll play it in March.
It will be in Mexico. And this is how that one will work. Listen, the top 2 ranked teams by the FIFA ranking at
automatic.
That time, they
semis.
Will get standby
on semis.
They'll
play like the FIFA Club World Cup that they were playing today.
They won't play. So the top ranked team, based on FIFA ranking, they won't play.
Out of the 6.
Yeah, then the bottom 4, they'll play each other. Then the winner of that semi-final
we'll go and pair these 2.
We'll go and pair these 2 for 2 tickets. It's not 1, 2 tickets. Then the winner of those fixtures
qualify to
the World Cup.
So as it stands currently, Africa is favorite.
Because when you see the countries
the ranking favors.
The ranking favors
the African teams. So the African team will be on standby for sure.
Especially Cameroon and Nigeria. I think.
And if they go to the AFCON and they do well,
they get more points.
So it means that they might end up, whoever wins the African playoff might end up playing 1 game.
Yeah.
At the Interconfederation playoff.
Hopefully against New Caledonia.
That's when they have a chance. Because you go and play against UAE, they go and parade some players in there. Something.
We'll ship all of them.
UAE.
We'll ship. It's neutral venue.
Or Bolivia, something.
Bolivia, the only good when they are playing at home.
Unless they play for the high altitude.
Where you can be.
Or the one of the CONCACAF teams, we don't know who yet.
CONCACAF.
Haiti.
Trinidad. We'll ship them.
So that's the journey.
But on the serious note, like Ghana for pass, like go be bad.
We'll take test.
Like Ghana pass there, we play the. We say Africa here the fierce.
You don't go qualify. That's the problem.
Qualify.
Everyone's to qualify. Like I sure say we go do one for them.
We go do one.
Now, so now that
I got only people.
what you know they believe one bit.
That would have been a good preseason for us.
it
It would have been a good preseason for us.
You know, say coach
that'd be
Fere
risky.
get
Oh.
knocked out.
Very
It'd be risky, rough.
Very risky.
You know, say coach
Nigeria, the way we go laugh.
But like, no, the Africa one
no,
will
you
like
know they try on a level.
Why?
Like,
Very risky.
you, the time they do
Cameroon
the
teams.
World Cup draw, no, you say Otuaro no go fit qualify. If you qualify, finish. Give us some small vim.
I congratulate him.
It's not about congratulations. No, if I give you some small vim,
Football
because
coach for the World Cup.
no, you genuinely thought the guy was not good.
No,
Okay.
I qualify.
Let's not do it too.
I'm
So right now,
vindicated.
right now, guys, right now that you understand how the format works.
Look,
The real issue, coach.
coach.
Now that
Said one country and
I want us to move on.
Okay, move on.
We So now that we understand how the playoffs will work, let's talk about the issue that everybody's talking about. How the playoff places were determined in Africa. It's become a major issue of conversation. And we need to tackle it and tackle it once and for all. And in fact, there were so many people very confused. How many of you have had calls from people
Plenty.
asking you to explain?
I remember I had a call from a radio station and later I had another call. There was a lady who would not believe anything that the guys there were telling her.
He wants you to verify.
She wants me to wonder. So they had to call me and then she was like, am I talking to Coach Nimley? I said, yes, this is Coach Nimley. I said, okay. When you say it, then I will accept it.
I'll accept.
Her beef was that the African countries knew from the word go that that will be applied. And I said, no. And so the guys was, I said, no, CAF, she said, CAF cannot do that. They should have told everybody. I said, no. That rule that they have used to determine who qualified wasn't there from the beginning.
Yeah.
It came somewhere in the middle.
And then?
It came somewhere in the middle. What is that?
They said my labia is working.
They should stop these things.
But it looks nice. Though.
They should stop these things. You see?
Yeah.
So-
Coach, I understand you.
so-
So you had a call.
I had a call.
Ticho, you got a call, I'm sure. DK, you got a call.
Call, you meet people. Yesterday I went to play football. They were asking me.
Today,
Charlie,
somebody said
Somebody called. So basically, so let's explain. A lot of people don't understand why some countries who got more points eventually didn't qualify, and others who got fewer points qualified. So I know that there are a lot of people watching this podcast who already understand what happened. But for the sake of those who came here for an education, who don't know or are still confused about what exactly happened and why, for example, a country like, let's say, Burkina Faso, that got 21 points and finished second in Group A, did not qualify for the playoff. But a country like Nigeria, who finished second in Group C and got only 17 points, ended up qualifying for the playoff. There's so many people with questions. And we'll try and explain. There are others that also don't understand the same thing that applies to Ghana's Group I, Madagascar. Why is it that a country like Madagascar would finish second in Group I and get 19 points, do not qualify for the playoffs, but a country like Nigeria will finish second in their group with 17 points and qualify for the playoffs? These were basically the questions people didn't understand.
Yeah.
So, do you want to help me with the explanation, or should I go ahead?
Okay, let me start with this one, then you continue.
Yes.
Basically, one of the countries that were drawn from the draw for the World Cup qualifiers pulled out even before a ball was kicked, and that is Eritrea.
That's right.
Now, Eritrea was supposed
In
to
Group
be in Morocco's group, Group E.
Mhm.
So Morocco's group had 5 teams. Otherwise, every other group would have had 6 teams. And that also makes it fair when you're judging the points. Because in any case, like you said, the top 4 teams, the top 4 second place teams were going to have the opportunity of playing the playoffs.
That's right.
Now, the only way you can fairly judge them is if all of them have played the same number of games. Then you can use their points and the FIFA's tiebreakers, the goals and everything to separate them. But that wouldn't have been possible for the second place team in Group E because they would have been playing against 4 other countries.
8 games instead of 10.
Instead of 10. So then CAF had to come up with something.
Okay.
But the reason why
before you go on, yes. So what you are saying is that every other group in this qualifiers, every team in those groups played 10 games each.
Yes.
However, the teams in Group E ended up playing only 8 matches
because Eritrea withdrew. Yeah.
Good. Which means that if you are ranking the second place teams, every other team other than Group E would have an advantage because they played 10 games.
10 games, yes.
And the one that finished second
it's
would
likely
be
to
at a
have more
disadvantage
points,
because they played
more games.
less games, like
yeah,
in
they
Group
play
E.
less in Group E. Yes,
So it's not fair.
it's not fair.
Because if you got 21 points after playing 10 games and you qualified ahead of me that played 8 games,
Yes,
it's not fair.
it's not fair.
So in order to neutralize it,
They came up with a rule, but the reason why Eritrea withdrew is what I want to talk about. Then you talk about
yes.
why. Now Eritrea pulled out of the qualifiers because they said that whenever they travel, their players they run from the camp to go and seek asylum.
yes,
So in order to avoid it, they won't even play.
it's been happening.
It's been happening.
Mhm.
And most of their players also run away from the country because it's tough in there.
Yes.
You have to go through military
like
service.
the way the Kotoko boys ran away when they
Thank you very much.
Hey, Charlie.
You have to go, some of them you have to do military service. So there are issues in the country.
Mm.
And then secondly, logistics. Because then the country has to, they don't have any CAF accredited stadium or certified stadium. So they're going to play all their 10 games away from home.
That's all their 5 games.
It makes it
all
worse.
the 10 because you go away
Okay.
and you so all their 10 games
Yes.
will be away from
Will be
home.
outside of Eritrea.
Yes. So basically, the players will have the chance to keep running away. So some will run away. You call new players, they run away. So they said,
Yes.
Bill. So they didn't play. So that is what caused Eritrea from withdrawing from the group. And that's what caused the imbalance in that group.
Perfect. And in addition to that, we also need to point out that all 54 members of CAF were drawn in this qualifier.
Yeah.
6 times 9 is 54.
Exactly.
So there was no chance to replace Eritrea. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
Like,
Previously, we used to start the qualifiers, preliminaries,
Prelims.
qualifiers, prelims.
Yes.
But this time we didn't do it because all of us were drawn into the pool.
Yes. So all 54 African nations were in the draw. So once Eritrea withdrew, there was no option of bringing another
anybody,
team
yeah.
in there. So that's why we had to be forced to play it as it did.
They could
So
have do
then-
Ghana team A, Ghana team B. You can give them team B to the group, but they didn't
Okay.
come to us.
So be it as it may, that was the case. Then we played the qualifiers. And then in March of this year, CAF released a statement to communicate the rules and what would be used as a tiebreaker only for the second place teams that would go for the playoff. Because for the tiebreakers to determine the group winners, that has always been established for a long time. But CAF needed to clarify because of the situation that was possible of arising due to Eritrea's withdrawal. And per CAF's letter, they explain, in fact, let me read and tell you the date of that particular
Was in March.
yes.
Second week.
Do you have
14th.
it? Hold on. Okay, I found it here.
Yeah.
So, Coach, this is the letter that CAF circulated and sent out to all the where's my letter? Actually, if you have to read it.
The first paragraph or
Read the tiebreaker. Or we can go through.
yes. So it says to determine the best 4 runners-up of all 9 groups, all results of the bottom ranked team of each group or the withdrawn team will not be taken into consideration when comparing the best runners-ups. The criteria to determine the best runners-ups after excluding the results against the bottom ranked team or the withdrawn team are the same criteria mentioned in the regulations of the World Cup 2026 for the preliminary competition in Article 11.5, where applicable. In case a group has more than 1 withdrawn or disqualified team, the equivalent number of bottom-ranked teams in each group will be excluded in the comparison of the best runners-up with the same above-mentioned criteria.
And it even goes on to explain, in case a group has more than 1 withdrawn or disqualified team, the equivalent number of bottom-ranked teams in each group will be excluded in the comparison of the best runners up with the same above-mentioned criteria.
You weren't listening.
Tautology.
So, yeah.
Tautology.
So, in layman terms, CAF says, in order for us to determine who finished second and the top 4 teams that finished second, and to equalize and level the playing ground, especially for the teams in Group E, for every second place team, we will deduct the points you got from the team that finished bottom in your group from your total accumulated number of points. So by doing this, some teams benefited more than others. The teams that benefited most are the teams that got the least points against
Those
teams,
bottom teams.
the bottom place teams.
So I beg. Can somebody check the dates Nigeria played Zimbabwe for me?
Which one?
Both games. But Zimbabwe had last in Nigeria's group.
Yes.
Can somebody check the dates Nigeria played them? Because it
I
looks
know
like
what you are insinuating.
it looks like
but there was always a
shocked.
possibility that Nigeria will finish first up until the last game. So
I was last game.
yes, 2 days ago.
No. It was only when South Africa point. That's why Nigeria came into the
They were
four.
out of it.
Nigeria out of it. Once the South Africa's issue happened, and then South Africa got the target 3 point, and they came into the four again.
They came to the friend when they got deducted. Then South Africa went to draw. Then you opened the door.
Open the door.
for Nigeria.
Like, so, I'm saying check Nigeria Zimbabwe for me. Let me see something.
The most
Actually,
recent-
you can check it.
The most recent game was in March.
In March,
Yes.
No,
The match
it
was
wasn't in.
25th of March.
after the letter had come,
Yeah.
and then before one, the first leg for that game was what?
Okay.
It was like
Give me a
last
second.
year.
It was last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
No, the
So,
Nigeria
no,
knew what they were
but-
doing in the second
So,
game.
anyway, bottom line being that the teams that performed so well against bottom place teams ended up being punished. And the teams that were mediocre against the bottom place team ended up being rewarded.
Yes.
Because in the case of Nigeria, they were so bad against Zimbabwe that they couldn't beat them.
It was deliberate.
Hold on. They were so bad against Zimbabwe that they couldn't beat them home and away. So they only picked 2 points against Zimbabwe. But Burkina Faso were so excellent against Djibouti that they beat them home and away. And I think they also scored 6 goals.
They didn't read the rules.
I believe. Right? Now listen. But Burkina Faso, when they were beating Djibouti, they had true belief that they were going to finish.
They were leading the group.
Thank you. So
That's
you
what I'm
can't
saying
say that.
They should take the
but
matter
you
to
see,
court.
You cannot dismiss. It's not even mischief what Sijo is suggesting.
No, it's
Because
okay.
that result came
let
2
me-
weeks
let me
after.
finish.
I'm telling you.
So let me finish the premise. So as a result, Burkina Faso lost 6 points. So the 21 man was 6.
That brought them all the way to what? 15.
Yes.
What?
Imagine. And then Nigeria only lost 2 points from their 17.
2 draws.
2
2
draws.
draws. So they also came down to 17.
No, they came to
They
15.
came down to 15. But you know what affected them? It's not just 3 points. Oh. It's 3 points and 3 goals. So they also lost 6 goals. So it's goal difference
They should take the matter
that
to court.
Nigeria used to beat Burkina
It's
Faso.
about knowing the rule. and
qualify.
They
knowing
should
how
take
to
the
be
matter
smart.
to court.
But
I'll
you see,
be
the rules
shocked.
don't make sense
I agree.
at all.
There's
What do
no
you guys
sense
make
in
of
it.
this?
No, CAF, for me, it was lazy.
It was used before in 2010.
It's very lazy.
But
Because
2010 was the prelims. Even
No, but there's
before.
a better way to even go about the
you
rule.
play matches and you win, you gain points on merit. I've played this team twice. I've beaten them twice. I've
By
got my
one
6
count.
points. You didn't play these people, but you were awarded 3 points. When you want to strike a balance, deduct 6 points from everybody. It's as simple
It's
as
as simple
that.
as
Because that way,
You mean including the top ranked teams?
Every
Every team in the group.
every team who has
Yeah.
finished second, remove 6 points. Because that way, the points you've accumulated on merit still stand. Simple. So the people who had Eritrea withdraw, take their 6 points. Take 6
No, but
points
the problem,
from
the
everybody.
problem with taking the 6 points off is if you take 6 points off a team that played 10 games, it's as good as
No,
playing
those who
8
play
games.
8, you leave them
You
as
leave
that.
them.
But all
That's
those
what
who
they're
play
saying.
10,
Those
So
who
you leave
play
the second-
eight and
in
were
the group E,
awarded
group
the
E.
free 6 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are removing it because in essence they have played those games. You
Yeah.
can be awarded 6 points.
so you
And
don't
6 goals.
give them
Yes.
the point.
So-
So you keep it at 5
Uh-huh.
games.
But
At 8 games.
So it's the same as the reverse of what Daniel is saying is that they could have added 6 points to everybody's.
Yeah,
No,
they
or they
also
could have
have-
added 6 points to everybody
every-
in Group E.
Yes.
Yes.
That
would
would
have
everybody
been-
in Group E.
But they did it.
But they did
So
it.
So that would have
just
been
6
unfair.
points.
No,
Uh-huh.
it would have been fair.
Because there's no guarantee they would have beaten Eritrea. So why are you giving
No,
them
but there's
bonus?
a case
I'm
where
saying-
no, Chicho, but there's a case where in the case we have it in the case of forfeiture, teams get awarded points.
Awarded 3 6 points.
Forfeiture is different. Forfeiture
I
is
understand.
different.
We're saying that it's something
When you
else
started,
that could
like,
have
you
been
started-
used.
And
Yes.
I'm saying that the right thing to do, follow the. You see, when there are rules that have been tried and tested,
Yeah.
then you build on it. When you forfeit, which Eritrea did, everybody who faces them
Yes,
gets
3.3 goals.
So award
So
those 6
that-
points at the end of the whole thing. Did that 6 points from everybody? Because that way,
Everybody except what?
No. He's saying that.
everybody
No,
who
he's
finishes
saying
sixth.
at the beginning, add Eritrea 6 points to everybody in Group E.
Everybody in Group E.
Then when they finish
When
all
they
the
finish,
qualifiers, then you take 6 points from every group.
All the teams that have
You
finished
get it now,
second, because
Sicho.
that way the difference between the points that you are left and the points you actually had
will stay.
The six.
It's the same.
is the
Yeah.
same. And your points you gained on merit is still there.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
strike the balance and we move.
Hang on a
It's as
minute.
simple as that.
So this is my point. So if you add in the 6 points to every team,
No, not
No,
every
every
team.
team
Only
in group
E.
in that group E.
every team in Group E,
Yes.
because Eritrea didn't play.
Yes.
And then when they are done, you do what?
You look at those who play second.
You do that what?
6 points from
points
all the second place teams.
From all the second
For all the
place
second
teams.
place
everybody.
teams.
From all the second
All
place
the- yeah,
teams,
In
yes,
all
yes.
the groups.
including
Nigeria and Burkina and everybody.
including Morocco's group.
Yes,
Yeah.
those free 6 points will
Yes.
be taken away.
They
That's
will
why
take
he's
them
saying.
back across board.
So this is what I'm saying. Now the teams that have played 10 games, they have accumulated the points over the 10 games.
Yes.
And then some team has played what?
8.
8 games. Now, if you take those 6 points off all of them, you are likely to arrive at the same differences.
No. This is the way it works.
You get my point? Yeah. So it wouldn't change those who went there. And then that is why they took the points they earned against the last place team, not a general point. Because if I'm taking, that's what brought the difference. Because if I'm taking 6 points off all of you, if I have
It will
one,
come up to the same.
it will come up to the same difference.
So listen.
In points. You know
No,
what
no,
I'm
see,
but we are trying
so
to make up for the two
we are trying to
games-
make up for the 2 games that Eritrea
And you
didn't
already,
play.
and you already gave me 6
No,
points
no,
for
no.
that.
Yeah. And DK is saying, I get your point.
yeah.
But DK is saying that then in that case, it would level the playing ground.
Now
And
everybody have
whatever
played
you
10
earn.
games.
So now Burkina would have qualified anyway. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
No, but the point is, I was also saying that every team that finished second beats home and away a team that finished last in their group.
No.
Good. So if you give me 6 points because Eritrea didn't play in my group, and then they are taking 6 points off all of us, that again has a repercussion. So that is you get my point. You get my point. So
The other teams that played 10 games will say it's not fair.
it's still not fair.
Because why are you taking 6 points from me?
Because
you dash these people 6 points
6
and
points
took
for
it.
no work
I
done.
earn 6
Okay,
points, you are
then
taking it.
You
I get
get
it.
my
Okay,
point.
then.
So it be some way.
No, it's not necessarily some way. It is.
You come back to the same difference.
It is.
You come back to the same
No, and if
difference.
they come out to the same difference,
Then
Burkina would have
now look at
qualified.
it.
No,
Then
yes,
that would have
yes.
been fair.
Good.
That's fair.
Good.
That's
I
what
agree.
he's saying.
I agree. So adding 6 points and taking it off wouldn't have necessarily changed anything in what stands
That's
now.
what we are trying to arrive at. That we didn't need to change anything.
No. Look, it doesn't necessarily solve the problem for the Group E people. It solved the problem for Burkina Faso because it will come down to the same difference for the Group E second
beginning.
place.
No,
team.
I think I
Situ.
also get Situ's point.
It will come
Because-
out. The group, I'm
No,
looking
he said
at the Group E second place.
because
Forget Nigeria.
Nigeria got 15 points.
Even
Right,
in that group,
from the 8.
friends,
Hold on.
even in that group, if you because they didn't kick a ball, yeah.
They didn't play against
They didn't kick it.
And again, yeah.
So if everybody gets 6 points, you are not giving an undue advantage to one team in Group E and another team, and denying another team the chance. So everyone essentially is getting that same point.
In Group E.
Yes. So
However, the second place team in Group E is not competing against only teams in Group E.
I'm coming.
It's competing against second place teams across all groups.
wait.
Okay,
This is one.
striking an
wait,
average.
so for the
Yeah.
first points,
Aha!
Situ.
That is what I want us to
wait.
enter.
So for the first part,
That is what I want us to
Situ.
go.
So for the first part,
taking out, you come up to the same point or you disadvantage the Group
This
E
is
people.
what I think. This is what
Situ.
I
Situ.
think. But this is my
Situ.
final
Step by
point
step.
on the
Step by
addition of
step.
it. Hold on.
you award the 6 points to everybody.
in Group E.
Yes, and it solves the problem there. Now, when you come to the point of the second place teams, because by virtue of the award of the 6 points, you would have created an unfair advantage there.
For the Group E second place team.
Yes, you now have to take those 6 points off.
No.
What if I ask this question? No, guys, let's come to a round table. First, let's say Group E. Let's say we are going with the rules of forfeiture. And the rules of forfeiture are that if you don't turn up for the game, as Eritrea didn't,
3.3
the team
goals.
gets 3 points. Let's say if that was done and it was applied in only Group E, and nothing else happened, wouldn't you have solved the
Hang
problem?
on a minute.
It
We
will.
can't use for feature because Eritrea didn't forfeit. They withdrew. It's like when Togo withdrew from our group, they didn't give all of us 3 points. We played 3 teams. So if they started the qualifiers, played a game or 2, and there were results and there were goals scored, and they didn't turn up for the rest of the games, they are forfeited. But once they announced before the competition started that they won't play, it's a withdrawal. You can't plan with them.
This is my
So we can't use
So then why then CAF say that? For example, by deducting the points that the other second place team had from the last place team in their group, Nigeria ended up losing only 2 points.
Yes.
You are assuming, because by that stance, you are assuming that those are the most irrelevant
games. But they are relevant in the mathematics.
Yeah.
So then take 6 points across all of them.
If you take 6 points across all of them, it affects the second place team.
No, I mean those people.
Yeah.
Like the Nigeria. Why has Nigeria lost only 2?
Why are you taking 6 points off them? Because if you take 6 points off them, it doesn't make sense. Why are you taking?
But they're taking 6 points off Burkina Faso. Does that make sense?
They took 6 points off Burkina Faso because of the rule, which said that you will lose the points you won against the last place team. The rule is a problem.
So
but going strictly by the rule, Nigeria's poor show against Zimbabwe
was a fixed match.
That's what I'm saying that Nigeria. So they knew when they didn't win again. I'm telling you.
No. So CAF.
Coach, he says, "I'll do what? You say,
Look. Then it means CAF themselves should be taken to court.
No, I think somebody should be able to challenge it.
Someone should test it.
Somebody should take them to court.
All of us
the
sitting
people
here,
in Burkina Faso should take the matter up.
God forbid, but if the Black Stars ever get into a situation like that,
we will not accept it.
And they are going to play that game against Zimbabwe, would we honestly sit here and say they should go and win that match, knowing that whatever points they accrue from that game
will be useless?
It will be not only useless,
and the dilemma
it will be deducted in the final analysis.
So go and lose. Rather, they should go and lose.
It is not mischievous to suggest that Nigeria knew that.
I said Nigeria knew.
Especially
Nigeria
if it was obvious they were not capable of finishing first.
And it came
at the
time. That's why I asked of the dates.
By that time, they had won just one game.
They knew. That's why I asked of the dates.
Yeah, so they knew they were not.
The second game against Zimbabwe,
that game was on 25th March. And by that time, Nigeria had won just one game.
Yes. And they were not looking
By that time, they had won. The only way Nigeria had a bright chance was, in fact, the more realistic route through qualification was through the playoffs and the second place.
Up until South Africa messed up.
Drew and
yes.
My preferred solution, I understand Daniel's point, but I think Ticho had a disagreement over there. My preferred solution to solving all this is a tried and tested solution that was used widely across various leagues, from NBA to Major League Baseball to even hockey and football. Points per game average. Points per game average is the fairest way of striking an average.
That would have been the easiest, actually.
Yes, and striking.
How does it work so that people can?
Yes,
just accumulate your points and divide it by the number of games
you played.
So that the ones who played fewer games will get their points divided by a lower number. The ones who played more games will get their points divided by their higher number.
Now let's do the points per average for the second place teams.
Nigeria
and see
got
what let's see what the top four would have been like.
Divided by 10.
They play 8.
10, Nigeria.
So no, let's start from Achu.
Let's start from
yes.
Group A second place team is Burkina Faso. They got 21 points, played 10 games.
So that should be, let's say, roughly 2 points.
So
we'll put it there. So
if you divide
to play
by 10.
So we are dividing their points by the
number of games.
They got how many points? 21
divided by 10.
Okay, so
No difference
2.1.
So they'll get 2.1.
They
Yes.
get
Good,
2.1.
fantastic. I've written
Somebody-
it down.
okay.
Zimbabwe, Burkina Faso 2.1.
Yes.
Group B, the second place team there is DR Congo. They got 22 points. Divided by 10.
Let's say
2.2.
2.2.
Yeah.
Good.
Group
So
C,
DR
Nigeria.
Congo 2.2 is
Yeah.
their average. Good.
Next
Group
is
C.
Nigeria, 17.
17 points divided by 10.
1.7.
1.7.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going.
Group
So
D, Cameroon, 19 points.
Nigeria
1.9.
1.9.
Okay.
hold on. Nigeria 1.7.
7.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cameroon,
1.9.
1 point what?
1.9.
1.9. Uh-huh. Who else?
Group E, Niger, 15 points.
1.5.
That's 1.5. Then
What?
Gabon,
Group F, Gabon, 25 points.
Niger
2.5.
2.5.
Comfortable
1.5.
lead.
Algeria,
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Niger 1.5.
Gabon what?
Gabon
Gabon
2.5.
2.5.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
Uganda, 18 points.
So 1.8.
1.8.
Okay.
Namibia,
1.8.
15 points.
Wait, have we done the group that's Morocco's group?
Yes, that's Niger.
Yeah, that's
Niger, we did it over 10. It should have been over 8. Over 8.
Yeah, over
So
8.
do Niger.
Niger got how many 15 points.
Divided by 8.
That should be 1.
That is 1.8. So 1.875.
Good. Next.
Namibia 15 points.
1.5 over 10.
Okay.
Namibia is what?
15 points, 1.5.
Over, yeah.
And
1.5.
Madagascar 19 points.
1.9.
1.9.
Okay,
So
Madagascar.
that one,
Hold on, I'm coming, guys.
That's the last group here.
Yeah, goodbye.
So
1.9.
so now
If
give
we
us our
do
top.
the- if
Give
we
us our
do-
top 4.
If we do this,
Yeah.
number 1 is Gabon. 2.5.
2.5 yes.
So they qualify
They
for
go,
the playoffs. Number 2 is DR Congo, 2.2.
They
Okay.
qualify.
They qualify.
And Cameroon,
Number 3 is Burkina, 2.1.
2.1. They
Yeah.
qualify.
They qualify. And then Cameroon, 1.9. They qualify. Top
Yes.
4, finish.
Finish.
That's
And
fair.
in fact, that is actually what the true picture of the groups are looking like.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
Until
Oh,
Cap
guys,
got in this-
sorry. Madagascar to 1.9. So what do we do?
Madagascar
So,
what?
no.
1.9.
So the next is goal difference.
So goal difference, tiebreaker.
So goal difference
The
will come in.
tiebreaker,
You
goal
see?
difference.
And the only way you bring an exception is if the team that played 8 games is in competition with the team that played 10. In terms of
But here's the thing.
Then in
But
that
if
case,
you are-
the team that plays the fewer
But
games
if-
will
Yes.
qualify.
the 1.9, they both take
10 games.
10 games.
So they are
easy.
more different.
But-
So in fact,
but
if
how-
we do goal difference,
But how do you do this one? Because these people,
Mention the
group,
teams and let's look at their
Niger,
goals.
Niger was in Morocco's group.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had it was because they played 8 games.
Yes.
They wouldn't have a perfect figure, but they had 1.895, which in mathematics is 1.9.
7.
So that is 1.9.
That's one in mathematics is
So if we
1.9.
don't reach
So this
Mention
one,
the teams
there
and
is-
let's look
you
at the goals.
don't do any
You run over. You run
it
it off.
up to there.
Mention the 2 teams and let's look at the goal difference.
the 2 teams are Madagascar and Cameroon.
Okay. Madagascar from Ghana's group, their goal difference 5 from 10 games.
Goals for. That's the
Yes.
goals for. Goals for.
Goals plus 5.
Plus 5.
Yes.
In Cameroon.
Cameroon
Cameroon go one more than that. I think.
plus 12.
Plus
So the Cameroon would have
so
gone
they
through
will
Yes.
qualify.
based on the goal difference.
So if you look at this,
So you
actually,
see, the
So
point
this
that
is-
Gabon is there. So
It's soft
Gabon
Nobody
is
can
there.
argue anything.
no,
Nah,
it's
this is-
offset.
It's points per your average points per game.
And this was used, let me clarify, this was used during COVID. Because when COVID struck, the NBA, for example, the several teams were at different stages of the league.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same thing happened in the French league, I think in the Belgian, several leagues. Because some teams hadn't played some games and some had played some games. And then COVID,
Truncated
halted
everything.
everything. So in order to find a level playing ground, they just divided everybody's points
By the
accumulated
number of games you
by the
played.
number of games they played, and they found the average, and then the other tiebreakers would then come.
And what even supports this idea that it virtually agrees with what is on picture per the groupings and per
Of
Yeah, no,
course.
it makes sense. I mean,
it
yeah.
makes absolute sense.
so in other words, this way the top performing teams are
would
rewarded.
have qualified.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
Which should be the case.
Which should be the case.
Because it doesn't make sense that I win a game and all of a sudden the fact that I won the game is a disadvantage.
It's used against you.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it
Burkina.
doesn't make sense. And that is how Nigeria played
They should
quick.
take the matter to court.
In fact, the fact that Nigeria couldn't beat on
They
2 tries,
couldn't
the bottom
beat
team,
Zimbabwe.
to
It's
show you
not
that
that they don't
deducting
deserve
those
to
points
get.
are not fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it defeats the
Because what-
spirit of competition.
That is absolutely exactly what
In
I'm
fact,
going to say.
It means
So this I go into a game knowing that hey, I don't have to win this game because if I win and I don't finish first, I finish second.
will be useless.
Some way. And at that time, Nigeria knew they were
knew.
never going to finish first. Their best
In
bet
fact,
was either second or
Sicho,
bust.
to be honest with you, I heard this rule being put out there
by the
for,
Nigerians.
by the Nigerians.
Yeah.
They started saying it that they don't even need to top the group
Yeah.
per what the rules said if
Yeah.
they win their last 2 games. And that's what they did. They won
And,
their
see,
last
and
2
they
games.
knew the crazy thing was that the explanation that was the time we faced Chad.
Yes.
When we faced Chad. So that was the previous
Was
World
much here.
Their explanation, they knew exactly what they had to do.
Yeah.
The last game, win by 4. Just say they had calculated the
every team works.
Everything with.
where they got the job done.
So,
So, but
listen.
aside that, on a level, Nigeria forced, Papa.
They did.
Because
They really
as
did.
for the rules, the rules did.
Yeah.
But going into the last game,
Osimhen.
last 4 rounds.
going into the last game, going into the last
they had
game,
to score 4.
knowing that you have to beat the team that was on top of the group
Yeah,
by
for
4 goals,
At home.
and they did it.
They did it.
Massa, that be hard.
Bro, that means that we can talk about Osimhen.
Osimhen.
Osimhen is
he
a
be
player.
top guy.
Yeah, Osimhen.
If you talk about Frank Onyeka, wherever he went to do that, we know him. Onyeka doesn't
He
score.
scored
goals.
that goal.
Onyeka doesn't score goals.
He
We
can't
know
even
I
him.
have
pass
an
the ball
Onyeka
properly.
jersey.
90 minutes.
Charlie, when he scored that goal,
90 minutes.
you Tell us
But-
if we know him.
But see, I was looking at.
Osimhen in third finisher, the way he open in body.
I was
That
looking
be the
at.
first goal.
That be the first. The one
Yeah.
he send the
Near
goal.
post,
Oh,
near post.
Charlie.
The set piece header.
No, the set piece. The ball was behind him.
The way he near.
But you know what I like? You know what I like the first
He's a
header?
striker.
No one
Of the matches that they've played,
Tower.
He checked like Ronaldo. He pinned the defender the ball. The defender complained.
Yeah.
Of the
And we
matches-
need to clarify that this has nothing to do with the fact that it's Nigeria. We're just saying that the whole rule is nonsense.
Oh, it's nonsense, but also because it's Nigeria.
If you be Ghana like they go talk.
They know it's
Also because it's Nigeria. If you can say,
been bad.
if you can say
Tell them.
if it was an advantage to Benin, I go okay.
I go
Or
care.
advantage to Togo or something. I go care. Because it's also Nigeria, so I vex.
By this time, Amokachi go carry video. There you go, they do something.
Osimhen
I'm about
really
to
blew
put it.
them out
Do you
because
know the bilateral
Relationship.
relation between
Oh, I have that.
Nigeria and
Yeah,
Qatar?
said it again.
Nigeria
About
and
America.
how will Ghana not be? How will Nigeria not be at Qatar?
At Qatar.
It's not possible.
all they need to do is to win the African playoff. But I want Cameroon to win.
Naturally,
Uh,
if
so
if
that-
Cameroon,
that is-
my
that-
fear is the Gabon team. They look very
Gabon are the ball.
interesting.
I think I-
Listen.
As a government, then Nigeria will not be in Qatar. It's not.
You're a fool.
It's not.
You're a fool.
It's not.
It's not. But I need to say though, I actually look. You mentioned that Nigeria are favorites. I actually don't think they are in
I
this
think
African
Cameroon are
playoffs.
favourite.
Really?
Who do you place as favorites? Cameroon.
I actually think that if
Congo.
Cameroon, if DR Congo get past Cameroon, they're
I
beating
think-
anybody they
I
meet.
think-
I think Nigeria's
that
a
is
big
the
team
game.
with a big character. Look,
That is the
what
game.
Nigeria did in their last 4 World Cup,
Must have no
the
qualify.
last 4, they
Nigeria-
drew one, and they won 3. In fashion, that they didn't look like a team that was under pressure.
Look, for them
Nigeria.
to qualify, they need to dodge Cameroon. Normally, when they meet Cameroon in such big games, Cameroon has
No, you
that
see,
dominance
coach,
over them. But Gabon is a dangerous team.
Nigeria went to draw against
See,
South Africa
as for Gabon-
away. Oh.
as for
When they
Gabon,
knew it was getting
in this
tough.
context, they are underdogs. Gabon and
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're underdogs. I'm telling you.
When you've reached,
But this Nigerian team, they're not convincing. Oh.
No, they are.
Team
They are
well.
not. They are not.
Eric,
They are not.
No, coach.
This Nigerian
They've
team.
gone through
But-
phases.
Thank
At the
you.
start of the qualifiers, they were bad. But since Eric Chile came, look, in the last 4 games, coach, they went away to draw to South Africa. I'm telling you, South Africa, this is not getting the ball. They went to SA. They've won 3 of their last 4. And
You
the
know
only thing they
that
didn't win was draw against SA.
I watched the Lesotho game. Man. Lesotho deserved to draw that match.
I swear.
Wapu,
They're 2-1.
The goalkeeper, the defense, some balls have
Dominated them.
It's the quality of the chances.
They should score the
Lesotho.
game.
Oh, come
They should
on.
score the game in the first half.
Let's be fair to Nigeria. They have made progress.
They bounced back. Oh.
You see,
They should have scored
people
like
still
5 before that.
identify Eric Chele's team with the Finidi George, Jose
Yeah,
Peseiro
it's
era.
changed. Oh.
Yeah, AFCON qualifiers, they were not very convincing. But if you look at Eric Chelle, he hasn't won every game, but he hasn't lost either. In the 6 matches that he's coached,
true.
he's won 4, he's drawn twice.
The former
Yes.
Mali coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the inconsistencies was the beginning of the AFCON qualifiers, no. But this,
No.
within this
They're
period,
picking from at the right
Charlie?
time. Their last 4 qualifiers, in fact, the previous window, the one with the previous
But
window,
I don't think
they were under
they-
pressure. That South Africa away trip, that game, had they lost any of those games, they were out.
I don't think they'll qualify. I think Cameroon qualify.
You see that Cameroon and Nigeria?
Me,
Yeah,
even
I
Cameroon
think-
staff, they are not looking too good. Though. I'm telling you, Cameroon. Cameroon's
And then-
midfield, people walk through them.
And
oh.
the thing is, the fact that they are playing the games next month, no, I don't think Cameroon has enough time to fix their issues.
Cameroon have got serious issues. Oh. They are midfield. People they run through like that. I didn't want them against Cape Verde.
Your man, you know they sit up.
All right, guys.
On a boy,
So,
Maleba.
Maleba. Oh, Maleba, he don't sit off for them. Even this season,
I
for
want to
Brighton,
know.
they sit
I want
off.
to know from you guys, the listeners, what you make of that particular rule, and if you have any suggestion of what else could have been used, maybe away from what we said here as an option. What do you? Because this should guide us going into the future. I think with this uproar, the next one would
Something will
definitely
change.
It has to change.
CAF
You
will
cannot
change.
And Eritrea need to be banned for like 5 years.
Yeah.
They can't keep so that we know that we are planning
Without
these things.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they can't keep, withdrawing.
So, guys, let's know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We always appreciate you. Our Nigerian friends and brothers, on our calm down now. We are behind you. Nigeria, the World Cup day, Charlie. You know the thing they beat me. Nike go release some JC then they go take.
The whole world. The whole
So
world.
Nigeria,
No team
we
is
want Nigeria to be at the
tickets.
World Cup. We want Nigeria to be at the World Cup.
Me, I don't want them to
Unlike
be there.
Nigerians who don't want Ghana or are not happy
Who
Ghana
are
to go to
saying
the World
we
Cup.
say eyes? Why are
For
you?
example, I don't want them.
want Nigeria to be at the World
I mean,
Cup.
I like watching Nigeria.
Me
No.
too, fine, I don't mind.
I don't
No,
mind.
no,
Yeah,
I like
they
watching
go for
Nigeria.
Every
Every
Because
time
the
they play
bottom line is that
That's 90 minutes.
90
And they got 90 minutes.
The trumpets, man.
Yeah.
Super Eagles, waiting they happy, waiting they tell you want know. I mean, I wish on a Bin Laden, no matter the score, we go still they score.
And I just-
Walele, here we go. Walele,
We've seen-
here we go.
We've seen that someone, a Nigerian brothers, they've copied our concepts more. They are trying to.
Which one, the Java?
I've seen them. They've tried to copy our concepts more.
Okay.
They copy our concepts more, and don't worry.
That's my favorite Nigerian.
We'll do a collabo.
Super Eagles song.
We'll do a
When you
collabo.
qualify, we'll
When they qualify, we'll do a collabo. We've seen that we've copied our Betway podcast. You just go to some other brand B and you are doing some
Walele,
skirmishes.
here we go. Walele, here we go. Walele.
I
Naija.
believe them.
Anyway, so look, the reason I want Nigeria at the World Cup is it gives them hope. They won't do anything anyway. At the end of the day,
No, to be
Because
frank, ask what?
in seven
Nigeria-
previous World Cup appearances, they've gone out of the group once. Oh, twice.
Wanyazi.
Twice, right?
Nigeria.
Yeah.
As in qualified from the group,
Yes.
reach the knockout stage.
Yes.
That's what you mean.
Yes.
I think
Twice.
90,
2014,
94.
94 and 2014. Round of 16 twice.
Try.
Munyade! Tell
No,
somebody
but-
to translate.
In terms of context-wise, they've also had some tough groups.
How many Cote d'Ivoire?
Yeah.
Cote d'Ivoire have got some of
Some
the
tough-
worst
yeah.
groups. Like for Africa.
Their first World Cup, Netherlands,
Netherlands,
Argentina.
Argentina.
Then the next one, they got Brazil, Portugal.
Charlie.
This one, the
Yeah.
They
So
go
2006
America.
was
You know the
Netherlands,
what-
right?
Netherlands and Argentina.
And then 2010
but
was
it's
Brazil,
Brazil and then
Portugal.
Portugal.
This one, best
What
third
about
place team
20
to
Qualify.
So if
No,
we come out from group
14,
stages,
or is it
in qualifying,
2014,
we no go play
2014.
national team again.
2014 was the one they had an opportunity
We
of
will
going
qualify.
through. They had to beat Greece.
Yes.
So they were
We will
with,
qualify.
they were with, I think, Japan and then Colombia.
Yes,
and then
Japan
Greece.
was in their group. They
And
played
then
some
that was
3-3 with Japan.
2014.
Yeah.
They were supposed to beat Greece.
2-2 with Japan.
NSS,
What a game.
The last minute,
Samaras. Georgia Samaras.
last minute
penalty.
Must have
Bonnie.
some nonsense guy.
Bonnie.
Some nonsense guy go cut him with it.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah,
minute
well, that was
Then the
2014.
Bonnie
That one they didn't make it out of the
Bonnie
group.
scored on header.
With this.
Wait,
That's about the easiest group they've had.
that's the easiest group they
Yeah.
had, and they fluffed it. Yeah.
Anyway,
Charlie.
so that's that.
Yeah.
Let's know in the comments. We appreciate you. Let's share. We know that a lot of Nigerians will be in the comments.
But
So,
the World Cup draw, no. The World Cup draw.
5th December.
Whatever happens, the World Cup draw, no, it will be manageable for everybody. Because the way they open,
I have
I'm
fact.
telling you, the way they open,
Oh, yeah. Plenty country,
it will be
yeah.
manageable.
No way two top teams to be in the same.
The World Cup, if we get 3 points, you qualify to the knockout stage. If you get 3 points, because there's best third place team.
Yeah.
If you get 3 points,
If you win a game and then
it's enough. You qualify.
Bro, we are
The
playing last
knockout stage of this World Cup is round of 32. Hey,
No, but you see, you have to play smart, because somebody will win their 2 games. No?
Yes, and finish 10
And finish
get
10.
a better route.
Simple. You go and win. You go and France go get 4 points. Then you go meet France for round of 32.
Quick.
Meanwhile, they finish second. You
Second.
finish third. Don't go and pray. Take your time. You see, 2016, we no pray. We draw 3 matches. We go this thing. We go
You mean
face Poland.
Portugal?
Yeah.
We face Poland. Finish. We face Wales.
Wales.
Before we did find out.
Quick.
And then,
It's well as
Maza, make you no go pray.
Anyway, so that's what it is. We appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. We're back again next week with another episode of Malango Podcast by Betway. Until then, all the 9 teams at the World Cup, we'll see you there. For the ones that are going through the Pharisee and the River Jordan,
Naija
The
and
back
Co.
door.
Naija and Co.
Charlie,
Naija.
the journey is
and
long.
Co.
Oh.
Papa.
We'll see you there. Somebody famously said that the Nigerians' journey to the World Cup is so long that by the time they will finish the World Cup.
a journey to the west.
But they go play matches soon. But you see, if they qualify to,
They are fake.
it's an advantage. Oh.
Yeah, they would have been
Because they are playing next month 2 competitive games. If they qualify, There's
Another
another
one,
2
AFCON.
competitive games.
It's not guaranteed.
AFCON,
Preseason.
they'll play- I'm
Is that-
saying if they qualify.
It's the World Cup preseason.
Yeah.
And they have AFCON to play.
Charlie?
Yeah, in between that's AFCON.
AFCON.
But if they don't qualify,
Oh, tell me they.
why a preseason? Full World Cup preseason.
Walk up on my
Anyway, guys, we'll see you next week.
After
Thank you.
Oh, child.
Cheers.